Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ukir tribe, where we have survived multiple snowy wastelands, only to potentially starve to death on a lovely temperate little island with plenty of trees and quite a few berry bushes and only a few of the stinky dog predators chasing us down. So yes, welcome back everyone, and I'm really excited because I have taken the time to actually go through our entire family tree, 30 entire creatures that really needed sorted through so that we can figure out which ones happen to bear the all-important prehistoric genes that we are trying to preserve. Man, try saying that 10 times fast, right? Alright, so we're trying to save the armored body and the hammertail and just occasionally a little bit of the mammoth foot, but that's not really a super big priority for us as far as the prehistoric genes go. And last time I was getting myself totally tangled in knots trying to figure out who should breed with who and how we should combine the different babies and how we should try to have babies, and oh yeah, by the way, we're starving to death. And I took the time to go ahead and sit down with pen and paper and I sorted through the entire family tree for the best possible mates for the things that we are searching for. And in the end, I came up with 2 females and a few males who would be perfect mates for them. Azula, our lovely Queen Azula, I really think she might be taking the place of her mother Black Rose at this rate, is actually a perfectly lined up mate with a little Azik over here. So if Azik can just hang on a little while, grow up quickly, then he and Azula will have a high chance of having babies who should hopefully be born with armored body, but definitely get that hammertail spread through the family a little bit easier, and they will be healthy because their immunity genes line up. Shadow is also a good potential mate for Azula as well, so I gave all of the ones who I know are okay, clear, in the clear, we're gonna have these guys breed, the little blue icon, so we can quickly just glance at them and know that's what we're up to. And then I actually have found that little Yelena here is a good potential mate for Shadow when she grows up, and there's a chance that they might have an armored body hammertail child. It's not as big as, say, if we bred Azula with other creatures, but it's there. She'd have a bit of a risk breeding with Azik, so I don't think we're going to do that. And Yelena, you need a little blue icon because you're actually going to be one of our breeders from now on. But Yelena is pretty much, there's 3 females we're going to be picking from that will be our main breeders from now on, and Yelena's potential mate, other than Shadow over here, is going to be the oh so handsome Taurus. Look at him! I love him with his panda pattern and just born in the grasslands like this with those classic yellow eyes that seem to be one of the defining features of the Ukir tribe, and he is pretty awesome. So he was recently born in the nest last time, and he is actually going to scurry on over there because he would make a good potential mate for Yelena. He would have a 75 chance of having armored body child with her and a 50% chance of having a hammertail child with her. So he is one of our he and Yelena are one of our top 3 pairs that could potentially produce the child we're after with armored body and hammertail. So I just wanted to let you guys know that yes, I have sorted through the genes. I have finally come up with a good list. The last female is actually little Ruki, and she and Azik would have a very high chance of having a child with armored body. They would have a 75% chance, and they would have about a 50% chance, hopefully, depending on how recessive hammertail is, to have a child with hammertail as well. So those are kind of like our power couples. 3 females, 3 males, and they will lead on the future of the tribe. And you may be wondering, well, what does the rest of the tribe do? They're going to start gathering food because we're starving to death. So now that I've got myself committed and I know which one of the tribe members are going to be doing what, we are going to be diving in and just trying to make sure that everybody stays fed and we stay alive. All right, let's see. And we can gather up that little nut, and then I can send Raiju off to do some exploring and some gathering. Over here, little Rune, who does have a mammoth foot, has finally found some nuts, which is very, very helpful. We can actually move Ta-Ta-Ta over here. Oh, he can't do anything! Ta-ta-ta, for crying out loud. And Zokir, there's several of the creatures who do have recessive armored body and they have hammertail, but I promise you I went through the entire family tree and added up the percentages to figure out the best bet so we can just focus on them. So that means Zokir can actually just work on clearing away some of these grasses, gathering up resources. Little Janeway, I think, may not be quite as bossy as I was originally thinking of making her, but we'll have Lakila move over here and keep an eye on her. And I think Lakila and her mate have possibly finished having babies. I think she's ready to move on and do some more focusing on gathering up food for the tribe. I really feel like that's what the nest mothers over on this side are up to now. And then over here, Samora, can you hear any clams? There's a lot of bunnies over here actually, and Samora moves really fast. So I'm gonna have her start. Oh, look at that. We just found some dried up berries. Oh, and some clam shells. Good job, Samora. That means I can send Amora over there. And he actually found some bunnies to eat. Fantastic. And that means Katie can jump down here and she can help out with these delicious clams. Look at that. See, I think that would make Windia and Lakila very happy to see that there's a lot of the family who's really taking gathering the food resources quite seriously. So over here they would start talking more about the rumors of the ancient tribe, wandering from island to island, gathering all of the icy genes. And I think that these two, Windia and Lakila, I can't remember, I think they were born on this island, but I think they have itchy paws and they know they probably won't ever leave the island, but they want to really instill the fact that they should move on into their children and grandchildren and the rest of the tribe, and they'll start really kind of urging and kind of bossing the rest of the tribe into gathering resources instead of having all these beautiful babies. That's a little bit of hypocrisy because they're the ones who got to have all the cute babies, but still, they're just doing what they can for the tribe. All right, and then over here we have one more day with Anka, and I think we're gonna go ahead and have Anka have another baby with Budo if they can pull it off. I don't think we would regret that. Let's see, because that would get the armored body and the Mamutfut kind of mixed together. Talia is the child, the last child of Budo and Anka, so we might do that. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. All right, so we'll have Anka move over here, and then we will have Budo. Yes, all right, they successfully were able to mate. Wonderful. And then she will build her nest, and this is going to be her final child. And I think that in the end, I think Anka's pretty happy here. I think that her truest romance of her life that she ever had was definitely with Tata. I just really feel like the deepest romance she ever experienced was in uniting and sharing her differences and Tata's differences with his gill head together. But I think that she's very happy that she's had many healthy children with other members of the tribe too. And maybe just she and Tata weren't meant to be like super duper parents together. That's kind of my interpretation. Also, thank you guys for letting me know that he doesn't have fishing skill. That's why he can't gather anything from the fish. He just has underwater breathing. And I think my head was just still caught up in when we first updated for gills, and I thought that he would be able to do fishing just because he had strength, but that's no longer the way it works. Alright, so we're gonna have Tata. I actually have been thinking about releasing him. Look at him. Somehow he ended up with 3 whole colors of gems. I don't even remember why I did that. But I've been thinking about releasing him so he could be the trickster running around, kind of stealing our food, having fun that way. Oh, but he just found a berry bush. Wonderful. But I think we'll keep him around for a little while longer. It's more fun to play with him and like say that he's taunting and teasing the rest of the tribe. All right, and Meme is going to gather these up, and Shadow, Shadow, I wanted you to like clear that away, but hey, okay, dude. All right, he'll gather that up, and Kunu is a very proud father of so many of these children, so we'll work on clearing this away. And a little Alik is going to be one of our breeders, so we'll try to keep him close by. He's not old enough just yet, but we'll keep him close by for that. And Azula, let's see, she's going to be a mother soon, and can she do any collecting? She can do a little collecting. So I think we'll have her move over here and we'll have her gather up from this bush and just kind of think about what it might be to be a mother. And then Tria, I think I'm just gonna move Tria back over to her tree. For crying out loud, she just wants to be left alone with this tree. She's kind of beginning to have some of the rumblings of that very, very ancient cranky hermit of the tree. Do you guys remember him? That's part of the Ukir tribe. I think we have a reborn one of him, and Tria of the tree tree. She just wants to be left alone with her beautiful tree right across the riverside. And then Zuko, he does have traits that we could use as emergency backup, but because he has immunity E, he is not in the current lineup for having babies. But I'll go ahead and have him clear some of this grass away because it affects my ability to zip around and take care of everyone. I'll have little Yelena come up here to hang out with Kuno. Alright, so now we know the drill. We're gonna have to get little Taurus and little Rookie over here since we have now got 2 permanent nest. Thank you guys for pointing out that Azula found her very own nest. Thank you very much. And we will have her take that nest over. We'll keep up building a few of these nests, and who knows, maybe Tria will find a nest under this tree too. Who knows, at this rate we may end up going to the jungle island after all, just because we'll end up on this side of the island with these creatures. Alright, so let's go ahead. It's going to be Anka's final moments, and I am going to miss her. I think she did finally find warmth in the family nest and felt like part of the tribe in the end, but it definitely was a bumpy ride. Hopefully her children will have an easier time with their mamut foot, and they've already been accepted, but I think that Anka just always felt like the odd one out and misses her former tribe before she was frozen in the snowy waste. But she found a home here, so let's see what her last child's going to be. Goodbye, Anka. Oh, I'm gonna miss you. Oh, and she did have a very interesting child. Look at his shoulder, and he looks kind of like her, and he's healthy. I'm gonna name him Anakin. There we go. Maybe after somebody, maybe not. We'll have to see how many of you guys get that reference. But that'll be named after Anka because she was very interesting. And I'm kind of sad now because we've run out of the creatures we rescued from the ice flows, or from the ice blocks. But I think now it's time to clear the way, and we'll be able to really start scooching the ones I know we're going to be breeding around. Yelena, you need to have your blue, so I keep you nearby. And we'll get a move on with that. So little Alik, you're going to scooch over here, my friend, and you can do a little digging. We actually can have Shadow come on over, and he and Azula can start having some babies if he can wiggle himself there that far. He can! Alright, Azula! Alright, now Azula is pregnant! Wonderful. And we'll just get like straight on top of that. And then we'll have Budo step over. Can he help out with these? Yeah, he can help gather up some berries. And we'll have little Talia come over. She can go over to be with her aunt Tria. And they can work on gathering up food from this tree. Good. And then Yelena can help out with tending to this area. And Zeke definitely needs to stick around with his beautiful hammer tail. Oh my gosh. Zeke, grow up fast. He needs to have a bazillion babies. So I don't know if they would understand why, but a lot of the tribe would just kind of get that for some reason all of the blue gemmed creatures should be in this central area. I think Black Rose's influence was a lot stronger than I thought it was. I thought that the Nest Mother's influence and even little Janeway's influence might be strong enough to keep most of the creatures moving over to this side, but it looks like that's not the case, and Black Rose's roots were a lot deeper than we thought, and she's managed to really pull the center of the tribe and the families into this little location. So we'll stick around here and we'll see what we can find. Let's see, can I sniff out any roots? Any roots? No roots. Oh, over here there's some roots. Alright, so we can scooch this way. Pardon me, Budo. And we'll go ahead and gather up some roots over here with Kunu. Oh, he and Budo are like gonna pass away almost at the same time. Oh, Kunu. Oh, I wish I had something special to do for the Yukir tribe when they pass away, but I'm still working on it. Alright, and then Tata can gather up those berries. We'll clear away some of this grass. Makes it so much easier to get around. Jasmine can help out over here. And then Ruki can continue to work on moving over this direction. She is also one of our foremost breeders. Zokir can continue to scooch this way and kind of clear away the grass so we know what we're working with around here. And then let's see, Rune can kick the tree and gather that nut. And then let's see, are the nuts going into the water? They are going into the water. Tatata can help clear this area. See, it's really nice to know when you just know, like, okay, these creatures can do this, these creatures can do this, and you can just kind of get a move on it. Lakila is over here. I think she'll send Vanat off. She'll say, get out of here, son. Go check out those distant trees. Be adventurous. And we're going to get little Taurus. He's going to go this way, started on his big journey. He's a blue gem creature, and he's just called and summoned towards this center where the old rose garden used to be. All right, so let's see. We'll gather up from here, and then Katie, can you sniff out? There's a lot of clams, actually, but I think she can get this bunny. Dang it, she can't get the bunny. Maybe she can get the bunny. Dang it, she can't get the bunny. I wasted some turns. Sorry, guys. I thought she'd be able to get the bunny. I think we can get this bunny this time. Oh, no, I can't. All right, let's see. What if I move this way? Well, at least we managed to find a berry tree, or a little berry bush. So Amor is working on the berry bush, and maybe he will have the ability to find love somewhere out there in the open grasses, because we need to make sure that Mammut food does stick around a little bit. Raiju can gather up these. Let's see, we'll gather this up, kick the tree. Let's see, Vitanu, you're gonna work on that berry picking for a minute. Windia, I feel like Windia is also got her eyes set on this distant area, but she knows she may not have it in her anymore. She's not the young whippersnapper she used to be. And Sinzel, and because she has armored body, I feel like they're very laissez-faire with their their children. They're just like, pat, pat, all right, son, you've got this. Because, I mean, other than a bird, which we haven't had any of on this island, there's nothing that can really hurt him here. So I don't think they watch their children as strictly as some tribes definitely would. All right, Lakila can gather these up. There we go. I'm going to move little Marimi over here so she can gather up some of this grass as well. All right, so we're making a little bit of progress with the food. And Azula is expecting her first child. So she and Shadow should have a 50% chance to have the armored body and 50% chance to have the tail. So they have a slim chance of having both those precious prehistoric genes that we're going for. All right, Anka, I'm going to miss you. Kunyu, I'm gonna miss you too. There's just something soft and wholesome about him that I've always enjoyed, so I'm gonna miss him as well, and it's his final moments. But thankfully, we'll be able to welcome in his grandchild with Azula's first child. And let's go ahead and see what it is. Oh, what do we have here? Oh my gosh, look at you, little guy. I've got to get my list of names. Why don't I have my list of names ready to go? Oh my goodness. I didn't. Whoa. Whoa, I didn't have it ready to go. I hope that didn't do anything weird to our screen. Okay, so let's see if I can just scooch this over here. There we go. Look at him. He's so handsome. He's so handsome, and he's got armored body and recessive hammer tail. Whoa, look at his genes. K and C. He is just really on top of things. So we're going to name this guy. Oh, holy days. You guys have some really big names sometimes. Then let's see, that might be a bit, I mean, I guess Azula would kind of think that her son was super awesome. So Dracacino, or Dracino, Dracino. That's a name that you guys have suggested, so I'm going to put it on the list. Dracino. That actually sounds kind of funny because it reminds me, for some reason, of Draco from the Harry Potter series. And he was another character that could perhaps be portrayed as kind of walking more the not-so-nice side of things, like Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender. Also, I think it's funny how many of you guys laughed about my not the movie comments, but it's true. Alright, so Dracino. Hopefully he'll be very useful to breed in the future. But welcome, little one. Welcome to the family. Oh my goodness. And let's see. Azula's other good match would be with Azik, but he's still too young to be able to breed. And we just lost Azula's father. Aww. Alright, and little Alik needs to stick around too, because he is going to be one of our breeders. So let's see, and let's get Ruki, you're full grown! Oh gosh, okay, so who was best matched with Ruki? Azik and Ruki are actually going to be a great pair. So Azik, is there like a root over here or something? I kind of want to have them. Oops, oh geez, Azik! I guess he barreled through. I think I didn't mean to click him there, so I think he accidentally rolled through the grass and past Ruki, and she'll go ahead and be like, hey, are you okay? Here, have some berries. And under those small little exchanges is love born. Alright, and then we'll have Tata scooch his way over here to explore because he's a bit of a trickster. Maybe he put something down that made little Azik trip, but Azik bred with Ruki should hopefully give us some pretty good results. That's another 75-51. All right, and then Yelena is going to come over, and she just knows that she's in charge of helping out to take care of this area of the tribe's territory, and she's going to smooth the grass and gather all the berries and be very helpful. All right, and then Zuko, now that his sister has clearly managed to win the airship, we'll scooch over here and look for roots because that is pretty much all he can do. And then Tria will gather up some berries over here. And then let's see, Budo. It is Budo's final day. I think that he will just kind of sit here and think about everything that has been accomplished. He's done an amazing job. His daughter Talia is here. I'll send her over to help her sister out. Okay, gotta do this very carefully. Right. No! I said very carefully and I forgot you weren't an adult. Now I'm drowning you. I don't have to drown you very carefully. That's not what I meant for you, Talia. I think that her sister Tria would be like frantically panicking and this is not what I had planned. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Just because they weren't going to be one of our main breeders doesn't mean I was going to treat them like that, guys. I swear. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh dear. I hope she's going to be okay. All right. We'll clear this grass away. Gather up this food. At least we're able to gather up quite a bit of food right now, which is being pretty helpful. All right, and Raiju, you know what? I'm just gonna have old man Raiju come and sit with his son, Orem, and at least I think that's his son, and focus on gathering up, just gathering up some of those nuts, because I think he'd enjoy that in life right now. And then Katie really loves these clams, so she's always stealing them from the Krabbits, so I think it's always Katie versus the clams. And Amor, he doesn't know if he'll find love out here, but at least he found a delicious berry. And Taurus is now just sent on his way by his very indulgent mother who's not really worried about safety or things like that. And he'll go up this route to join us over at the Rose Garden. All right, so let's see. And we've also got Vanat, and he can help out a little bit by clearing away some of the grasses. Janeway can clear away some of the grasses. There we go. So I can actually see what I'm doing. It's a miracle. There we go, and I can scooch you guys over here. Rune is going to be very diligent at her job of gathering up all she can from this nut tree, and Wendia can help her daughter out there. There we go. And then, let's see, gathering plenty of berries over here. And whenever we don't have berries, we can gather up nesting material because Lakila and Wendia are determined to make sure that the tribe will be able to take care of themselves with a big, big reserve of resources. All right, and then down here, let's see, we can have itty bitty little Anakin come over, and I think Anakin, he may stick around a little bit because he does have recessive armored body, and he may help us out with gathering clams, and maybe just be very, very social and always wanting to be at the center of the family nest, kind of living out his mother's desire to be right in the middle of a big family with a lot less of his mother's like inability to get close to people and kind of knee-jerk defensiveness that made her kind of snitty to the others. All right, so we're going to move Azula. I think we're going to scooch Azula over here and maybe let her have another child right away. So Azula, all right, and they're having no problem and they're going to have very healthy babies. So that's a wonderful thing. All right, and everybody's where they should be. It's so much easier when you just know who's going to be the breeders and everyone else can just get to work already. All right, we'll clear away, dig up some roots. Wonderful, wonderful. Definitely need to take the time to sort genetics more often, you ask me. All right, and then let's go ahead and see what's going to happen with Azula's next child. Goodbye, Budo. Whoa, how about no? Azula, your children. Oh, and we have a predator. Taurus. Taurus is exposed, but the thing is, he's armored body. So I don't think his mom would still care. Because she'd be like, oh, you'll be fine. He can't get ya. He's all bark, no bite. That would definitely be her point of view. Oh my gosh. And Azula has had another child. Another fully armored body son with Hammertail. I really need some females with Hammertail. That's kind of becoming a reoccurring theme in our life right now. So we're going to name her son. Let me go ahead and just zip to another part of our awesome list that you guys are leaving behind. I truly love adding your guys' names to our gigantic list. It's huge now, but it's so much fun to know that for as many niche generations as we may have, we will always always have your guys' names to draw on. So let's go with, I think those are female names. Let's go with, Dimka? No, let's go with, Dazila. No, that sounds like a girl's name. Even though names, you know what I mean. All right, let's see. Let's go with, Yanthi. Yanthi. Somehow that just has a moment of like strength to it. It kind of reminds me of the name of a Greek senator for some reason, like back in ancient Greece. All right, so we're gonna have Yanthi go ahead and stick around because he has got those precious genes. I saw a bunny. We're going to snag said bunny. I don't think Lakila can do it. What about one of their sons? Banat can't move that quickly. There we go. All right, when Dia managed to grab it, Lakila is going to spend her final moments happily snuggled up, gathering up all sorts of the grassy resources. Let's see. Vatanu will take over berry bush duty for his mother. Down here, we've got plenty and plenty of delicious nuts to eat. All right, there we go. Raiju is just focusing on gathering up those nuts with his son. Wonderful. Over here, Samora can snag that berry, scooch this way, snag that clam, because clams are actually really, really good for you. And then Tata, do you have any attack? Tata surprisingly has quite a bit of attack, and he just found a berry bush instead of helping us with the attack. Taurus would be fine. Zokir doesn't really have a lot of attack. Vanat does not have armored body, but he does have some pretty decent attack. So let's see what we can do. All right, almost there. Let's see. Taurus is taking like a little side trip to help out with this. And let's see, Rune. Can Rune get over there and help attack? She has antlers and medium body. Tata, I think Tata would try to make the effort because he's very defensive of his family too. So, and I think little Janeway would be kind of freaked out. But hey, she just glanced behind her and we have a healing plant. So no matter what happens, we'll be able to take care of things. But I think she'd zip over here to kind of keep an eye on things and ask Tata what's going on. All right, so we'll gather up these nuts because Rune is kind of lost in the grasses, just quietly collecting acorns by herself. And then Armor, we'll have him gather up those berries. And Katie, can you smell out any of those clams you love? There is one, but a crab is sitting on it. All right, yep, the crabs. Oh, look, and there's some more. Wonderful. I think she just really adores those clams. All right, and then over here we've got Marimi. Food. Oh, this is so easy. Once you know, like, okay, that's what they're dedicated to, is collecting up like that specific resource. Oh, nice. I could mix these two together. There we go. Ruki is going to bring little Azik back over. He found a rock, so he's going to blame his excitement of disappearing into the grasses on that rock. So Ruki is back over, and Azik growing up is going to be her best choice of mate. We're really trying so hard to get that hammertail in. It's going to be so tricky. But Alik growing up, Alik and Ruki actually have a 50-50 chance of having some interesting children. Alik could potentially be a good mate with Azula, but I'm looking at my notes and they would not pass armored body on. So I think Ruki is the only good mate for Alik. So I think he would have just like gathered up the last of the resources he was told to. Oh, there's a whole dead koi fish. So he just gathered up that koi fish. And let's see, we'll send Anakin over here to help out with the clams. And then Dracino, what are you gonna do, little guy? I mean, he could kind of stick around. He might wander around a little bit because he's just a baby. Oh, not too much wandering though. I just remembered the birds have returned. All right, and then we'll have Yelena. I think we'll have Shadow stick over here next to his sons and kind of protect them right now and gather up roots to feed them. And Azula, let's see, Azula's best bet is actually Azik when he grows up, but we'll try one more child. We'll have one more child right now with Shadow, because we've had some pretty good luck with armored sons with recessive hammertail, and we'll have to try again and see what we get. All right, and Yelena, you can jump down here and you can help out with the berry collecting. She's quite helpful. I really like her. All right, and then anything we can dig up nearby. Well, let's just clear away the grass so I can actually see what's happening around this tree. There we go. And then let's get poor little Talia out of there. I forgot about you down there, sweetie. I'm so sorry. Have some apology acorns. All right, is that everybody? Oh, it goes so much faster when we can just be like, okay, you move here, you move there. Let's see what happens to the predator. I don't think Taurus is very impressed, to be honest. Like, nothing can happen to him. And you go after little Zokir. Zokir did nothing to you. Everybody else is who was beating you up. That's right, get out of here. Vanat's cleared it away. He is the hero of the day. And Taurus learned something very important about using exceptional caution for wandering around. All right, there we go. Taurus is finally in with the rest of the family. Good, good, good. Predator is taken care of. We'll go ahead and have Ta help out poor Zokir, and Zokir can actually step this way. He earned himself the nibble of that precious little plant. And then we did lose one of our elder females. But we have... Can I get this mole? Sweet! But Vatanu just learned that the moles like to pop up here and will probably be patrolling the area to do what he can to collect from them. So I think he's happy about that. Alright, so I think this is good for now. We've got, oh, look at that! One of the moles popped up again. Is there somebody who can get him? Alik can get him. Sweet, good job, Alik. And we have a female! You guys, a female! Yes! And she has armored body! Huzzah! Armored body with that hammertail recessive. We're getting closer and closer, you guys. Oh, that's such a relief. I am so happy. We are going to name this little one Dazila, because we were talking about that earlier, and I just think it's a really good name for Azula's to use for her children, and she's got several healthy children now. So we have 2 boys, 1 girl, we have recessive hammertail, thank goodness, and things are about to get a lot more interesting once Ezik becomes of age, because that's really going to change things up thanks to his awesome double hammertail, and once Taurus ages up as well, because he has the chance of throwing some pretty healthy children with those primordial genes as well. And I should say prehistoric, because we're not reaching back that far. And then the last thing I think we're going to really focus on doing, other than pinpointing those genetics, is trying, and let's get, oh, Yelena's of age now too, wonderful. So I think what we're going to do for our last thing is try to gather up maybe around 600 food. I don't want to stay here too long. I would rather travel and have to eat on the run than like stay here forever and ever and ever, especially because it's so tempting to just keep growing our tribe with adorable babies. So what I think we'll do is, as soon as we get a healthy generation that has dominant hammertail and dominant armored body with maybe 1 mammoth foot or 2 thrown in there, we're going to move on. And since we ended up perking over here next to Rose's garden, I think we're going to move on to the jungle area. So we can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 creatures with us. And then we're going to go roaming and searching and looking for the new snowy biome, because there's many more hidden genes that we haven't found yet. I'm very excited to do that, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.